Hello, welcome back. We're here to talk about Matthew Fenley's exhibition, Compendium, and talk about the paintings and have a closer look at some of the works in the show. So welcome back, Matthew. We're standing in front of the largest painting in the exhibition, and I called it New York, and I'm not sure if I'm right. Is that what it's called?
It's called New York, but it's actually Newtown. It's a painting of Newtown. Reflection through a shop window in Newtown.
And I love your reflection paintings. They are fabulous. So tell us a little bit about this one.
Well, I'm from Newtown. I don't know if you know that, but I've seen Newtown sort of change over the years. Completely different to what it was back in the 80s. But
in what way? I would have thought Newtown was much the same.
Well, no, it's a different demographic actually. I mean, back in the 80s it was more working class.
Of course,
Completely different crowd, but it's a lot more vibrant than what it was, that's for sure. And this is something I wanted to celebrate, I guess, my history, my connection to Newtown,
And so this idea of painting through the reflection, you've done it in a few paintings.
Yeah.
Is that hard? Because I should imagine it is very difficult.
It's very difficult, but I do work off a lot of photos too, so it's sort of get that depth of field also, and that sort of that reflection,
Well, it's a magnificent painting, and it's oil on canvas.
Oil on canvas, yeah.
And we have the catalogues online, so you can go through the catalogue and you can do a little walkthrough online if you like as well. So we'll move on because there's a bit of reflection on these ones with the glass, which is a bit of a problem. But I think that if we move the camera around a little bit, we can get a closer and get away from the reflection. Tell us about this one, Matthew.
Yeah, that's the corner of Church Street in Newtown. I just want to capture the hustle and bustle of King Street, basically.
And I think you've definitely done that.
Yeah, so I've used ink, and I sort of build it up with washes, and I've come across with some gouache and flatten some areas.
The colours are brilliant. I love the colour.
Oh,
You've not given them too many primary bright colours. You've kept them soft. So there's this idea that they're nearly like a black and white with the colour in it. I just love them. That's one of my favourite paintings. I love it.
Yeah, it's one of mine too. Yeah, absolutely.
It's beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
And the next one is we've got a face in this one. I was going to ask you about faces. Personally, I like ones without faces, because it makes me think about the person and who it might be. Is this someone you know, or is it just a...
No, it's just a random pedestrian, I guess. Just a random person enjoying the sun in King Street that day.
And so would you sort of do a bit of a sketch while you're there?
I do sketches while I'm there, and I do work with a lot of photos. And I sort of mix, take elements from other photos and put them together, sort of thing.
And would you work in pencil first, or would you just go straight in with the ink?
Pencil, sort of a light sort of sketch in pencil, then I go over with ink drawing. Get all this sort of gestural sort of mark making, if that's what you call it. And then I go over some washes, and then I sort of finish it off with some colour, some gouache.
Again, I love just the softness of the colour in it. There's just enough colour to make it interesting, and it's interesting that people that have come in to see this show have identified straight away. Oh, one lady even pointed out, and the florist is just, they do exactly. I think it's on this next one.
It's quite recognisable.
Yeah. So this one, let's talk about this one. I love that building.
Yeah, it's a wonderful building. That's right near the cemetery there. St Stephen's Church, but up here you've got sort of Newtown Hotel. So, but yeah, it's just the same day actually. I was up there, so it was quite a beautiful sunny day. Everyone was out, and I love the architecture around Newtown.
I do too.
It's quite beautiful. Yeah.
And it's a shame that we've only got time really to talk about the ones that are on the wall, because we do have. There's quite a few in the exhibition. I think we've got 10 or 12 of the Newtown paintings. And I might grab them and we can just have a quick look at them as well. They're not framed, we'll just frame them as we go. And this one here, the Newtown Hotel?
Yeah, Newtown Hotel, that was after the recent renovation, so the colours are quite loud in this one, but I think they work well. Just the hustle and bustle. I love the sort of the gestural ink work of the people in the background there. But and then this one here.
That's the Duke. Love that. That's another one through the reflection. And I did ask you about this because I wasn't sure whether it was you weren't in the pub. The pub is the reflection across the road.
So this is
isn't it?
a shop window on the opposite side of the street, and this is sort of the black tiles
And that's what I love.
and
you know.
the sort of the shop front window. But you're looking into the cafe. You've got the image on the cafe of I think it's a dodo
Dodo,
bird.
looks like dodo.
Yeah, and then you've got the reflection of the pub of the Duke Hotel.
I just think that one is probably my favourite in
Yeah.
the exhibition, and those shiny tiles.
The
look
shiny tiles, yeah, I quite like that too.
I
It's quite
do,
a nice effect.
and it's Sydney, isn't it? Sydney pubs.
Absolutely,
Shiny
yeah.
black tiles.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just fabulous.
Yeah.
Now, this one, which is doing everyone's head in, as we said before,
Right, I'll stick-
because people have actually asked, is it a painting? And it is. It's just amazing.
A painstaking. it took a long time to paint, I must admit, but it's very detailed. I've sort of evolved into this sort of style at the moment. So,
Can you tell us why shelves? I mean, we have sold some of your shelf paintings. We've got a few
Well,
here, but
yeah.
they were very popular. Why shelves? What is it about shelves that you like?
well, it was just one day I went to visit a friend at Mitchell Road Galleries. Antiques in the city, and it's full of shops and shelves with all these antiques on
So
them.
this is not yours, because
No.
a few people have said, "Oh, is Matthew a Kiwi?" And I said, "No, why would you say that?" And they point straight away to this here. So
Yeah.
this is actually in an antique shop.
Yeah, so I took some photos that day, and I was just quite intrigued. All these sort of odd objects, sort of
You know,
positioned together.
Now that I know that, it makes it a lot more interesting.
Yeah, it's a bit of a sadness in a way. I mean, these objects sort of.
And this one here,
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Absolutely. Look at the depth. I feel as if I can go in and take that little train
Yeah,
off.
and I think
off
the
that
frame
painting.
actually helps that sort of illusion of depth. Yeah, looks like a box.
Okay, so we're nearly at the end of what we've got hanging. So we've got another couple of your paintings, but
Yep.
don't step back, because
Oh,
I've
okay.
just brought in some of the other ones that we have here. And we could just quickly, briefly, you could tell us about this one here.
Yep. So this is also Newtown. This is the corner of Enmore Road and King Street. It's a town hall hotel.
I love this.
No.
I mean, they're just fabulous being able to see
Yeah.
without the reflection of the glass. This one is, a lot of people have asked me about this one.
Yeah, another reflection's a tattoo shop in Newtown, King Street. So you get the reflection of the pedestrians walking past, so the hustle and bustle, and the buildings in the background.
I like
This is very Newtown.
And this one, lots of black, but I think it really works.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Let's see.
Sorry, Casey, I'm making your job harder.
The Newtown markets were on that day.
That's the markets,
yeah.
yeah, which is
Stalls.
fine. Yep.
Yep.
And this one is just fabulous.
Yep.
I love it. So my daughter lives in New York,
Oh,
and
right.
she has an apartment in Surrey Hills. And as soon as she saw that, she said, "Oh, Mum, is that the clock?" And I said, "Oh, I better find out." But it's not, is it? It's
No,
not.
it's actually Newtown Hotel.
But it does look like
It does
the
look like the clock, yeah,
Yeah.
it does. But that's up at the balcony upstairs, so looking down King Street and cars going by.
Yeah, it's fabulous. It's
Yeah.
really, that is so typically inner West Sydney, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I've sat on the balcony there, not this pub, but a very similar one, the clock.
More reflections, yep.
And this one,
Yeah.
what a fabulous, memento for people that.
Yeah, so that's the old train signage that they used for the train
But
station.
where was it?
Well, that was in the storefront, so they had it on display there. So that's the old Newtown train, or it might have been, it was a train sort of signage.
Ah, okay.
So the stops of the trains.
Oh, right. Because I do love that, and I'm sure
Sure.
that there'd be people who'd be very interested. So if anyone is interested in Matt's paintings, and it's one of these ones that's not framed, they will all be framed. We just can't sort of get them all on the wall. So Matthew, thank you very much for the tour.
My pleasure,
It's
Rob. Thank
been
you.
fabulous.
Thank you very much.
And the show is now online, and it will stay online at least until the end of December, but probably, if we can keep it going right through to January, because we have a bit of a break in our exhibition program until March. So please jump online or get in the car. It's only an hour and a bit out of Sydney, and come and visit us. Thank you, and thank you, Matthew.
My pleasure, thank you.